Letitia.
Okay.
Letitia.
Focus, people. No. Sorry for interrupting, Barbara.
No, it's okay. I wasn't expecting that though. But you're right. We need to wait for that window that says recording, right? So yeah. So before you read your stuff, can I give you your other gift, RD? I have another gift for you. Can you hear me?
Oh my God.
What's the matter?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
He's
Well.
touched.
Yeah. Well. Well, do you remember last year? I believe it was last year when you were reading This I Believe, and you got to a point where you asked us if we could write something about what we believe. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I wrote something, and it was a lot, and I thought it was too much, so I just didn't send it. And so I decided with this birthday of yours, especially because I couldn't be there, I decided to write something. I just deleted, or edited a lot of what I already wrote, and I just trimmed it down. And so I'd like to give this to you, another part of your gift. And it's interesting that last week you read from the book and you read about barbecue. And that was my favorite essay. And actually, I kind of used his format to write my essay. And so I'd like to share this with you and the rest of the bells, okay? Okay.
Oh, very much.
About time, right?
Really.
It's about time, right? Took long enough, a year. Okay, this I believe. I believe self-love is my sacred responsibility. I love and honor all of who I am and all of who I have ever been. I believe within me is the radiant light of my own divine essence, which I believe is an aspect of a divine loving source that is omnipresent. I'm aligned with it and I can communicate with it through the language of love. Through this divine love, I know that love is who I am at my core. And while I love my human family and all sentient beings, I know that my first love must be self-love. I wasn't always like this. My parents taught me to be selfless, and I was. Then a painful betrayal by my friends broke my heart, or so I thought. When I forgave my friends, the pain didn't seem so bad. But eventually, whenever I thought about the situation, the pain rose within my heart again. Realizing that forgiveness was not enough, I revisited the situation, looking at everything and everyone, including myself. Eventually, I understood clearly that I loved my friends more than I loved myself. I was an enabler. This was an enlightening revelation for me and a critical part of the forgiveness. I realized that my friends didn't betray me. I betrayed myself by not acknowledging me and loving me above all. This helped me to review my life to see where and why I loved others more than I loved myself. It opened me to the importance of truly loving myself. The marriage between forgiveness and enlightenment paved the way for me to forgive myself and allow the healing of my heart to unfold. The entire experience was a divine gift, and I'm very, very grateful. I believe self-love is my sacred responsibility. This isn't selfish love, but rather love that honors myself as the most cherished person in my own heart. I honor and care for my personhood and the divine within me. I'm mindful of nourishing my spirit, mind, and body with wholesome thoughts and emotions, healthy food, regular exercise, being authentic, a spiritual practice, being in nature, enjoying loving relationships, and being grounded in divine love. This is the sacred gift that I give to myself. I believe it supports a healthy state of being from which I can effectively be of service and fulfill my life purpose and soul mission. That is to experience what it means to be human, to love, to be loved, to be of service to humanity, and to grow the light of my soul. I believe self-love is also a state of appreciation. Not only am I grateful for the divine interventions that have occurred in my life, but it's also important for me to appreciate myself for taking right action throughout my life that supports my physical, spiritual, emotional, and psychological well-being. I believe being myself is maintaining healthy boundaries. I know where and when to post those stop signs. I love myself, therefore I create a comfortable home, filling all the rooms with the vibrations of love. My home is my sanctuary. People who visit might feel the love and be nourished by it as well. I believe loving myself is doing silly things, like hugging a tree because it tickles my heart with joy. And I believe the tree hugs me back. I believe trusting my heart, my intuition, and my innate wisdom is a part of the power of love that I am. My mind is at rest and spirit comes forth. I love myself, therefore I pamper myself in ritual as often as possible. I believe it's an act of self-love when I can laugh at some of my silly mistakes. They're just not that deep. I believe loving myself is being in a healthy love relationship. Well, I'm working on that one. I believe healthy self-love promotes a healthy ego. My ego is me, my personality, and I have no intention of annihilating me. I love myself, therefore I wholeheartedly open myself to the love and support of my family and friends. What would I be without them? I believe I'm loving myself when I can call my BFF, my best friend forever, and we can talk and laugh on the phone for hours and hours like two drunk magpies. Shared love, joy, and happiness are so healing to the heart and the soul. I believe by embracing a healthy self-love attitude and practice, there is no reason to express anything in the world that isn't love. Through self-love, I'm the best that I can be for myself and for others. It's my gift to the world. I believe the love in my heart, in unison with other hearts, contributes to a better world for all sentient beings on this beautiful earth that I call home. And so it is. That is my belief. And so I share this with you and the Bells, and I'm going to send you a copy, and I hope you liked it. And so I put it out to you and to the Bells, and if you want to respond, I'm open to response. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Barbara. I'm very, very touched. And you touched on many points for myself just listening to what you wrote about this, I believe, about self-love and about being an enabler, of helping others, to the point that maybe I've kind of given so much of myself that maybe I haven't really focused enough chi energy for myself. So talk about my healing chi energy, my physical condition. Maybe it would be much better for have more self-love for myself or more respect about where I am at this point. So I still have these feelings of, that my body is misshapen. It's not the same as it used to be, before 2017. So I still feel those, that the discrepancy of who I am or who I was, and so thank you so much for sharing. I
Hmm.
truly, truly appreciate it very much.
Hmm. You're so welcome. Thank you. Just the fact that you asked us to do this, and I began the process and then I let it go. And it's your birthday that reignited it for me. And in the process of writing it, it was like an affirmation for me. And so I had to share it with you here. I just had to. Um, there's an African um, word, it's Ubuntu, and Ubuntu means I am because we are. And that's how I feel about the bells. I am because we are.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.
Oh, I
I
love
love
you
you.
very much. What a beautiful place to share it with all of us.
Happy birthday, happy Earth Day, happy solar return, happy everything. Mm. From my heart to yours.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So before you read, would anybody else like to share their feelings about what I wrote for RD? Anybody?
I would like to. I would like to. Barbara, this is just magnificent. And it's a gift for RD, but it's a gift for all of us. All of us. I'm also very, very touched. And it's such an important reminder, such an important reminder on many, many, many levels. And I think that when people are very giving, we become enablers and we forget ourselves in the long run, as you said, and as RD mentioned. And what I love about this, I believe, is that there is no notion of being feeling guilty about being that. There's no, oh, I'm so selfish. That's not even in the picture. And I love that because we have, I think sometimes we have a tendency to distort with all this, but you're selfish, but whatever. She needs you more, he needs you more, whatever. And whereas your message is very pure and it's that, so we can remember that and we can concentrate on that and we can re-anchor ourselves into ourselves. So I really like that and I thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Yeah.
I feel exactly what Leticia said. When I first started with the group, I thought BTKO meant be kind to others.
Oh.
And I couldn't put that one, I couldn't change it to, ourselves. I couldn't for a long time because I'm programmed since I was young to always think of other people and not myself. So what you wrote, Barbara, gosh, it just hit me. So thank you. Thank you for sharing words to go with the thoughts.
Yeah, my pleasure, my honor. Absolutely. That it's the old programming, that we have to take care of others and forget about ourselves. So yeah.
if I can just add, and I thought I said anchor, yes, we anchor towards ourselves, but you also help us to elevate ourselves so that we are at once grounded and we are also elevated, which is, as RD always says, sky, humanity, and earth, or heaven, humanity, and earth. So this, I believe, really illustrates this, that we're not just one little thing, we are many things, and we are connected to earth, we are ourselves, and we are connected to heaven. So thank you.
Any other thoughts?
I'd like to share. Well,
Please.
that was divine, Barbara. That was really just so heartfelt. And, you know, it's a great reminder that just because we may have been programmed or created a pattern or been influenced before we knew who we were, that doesn't mean we have to just take it or keep it. You know, we have the opportunity to decide to be different, to decide, I'm not selfish. You know, I heard growing up, oh, don't be so full. Who do you think you are? Don't be so full of yourself. Conceited. There was a lot of that floating around when I was growing up. And I don't know that anybody meant to hurt me. People were just who they were. But I'm really grateful that I live in a time where we all have the opportunity to make a choice, where there's influences that help us open up. And you wrote exactly that, you know, it wasn't just what you believe, it's who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really beautiful to be able to share that. So thank you.
Yes, exactly. You're welcome. When you say no to others, you're saying yes to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That was really beautiful. Good morning, everyone.
Oh, good morning, Linda. Hi.
Morning.
How are
Hi.
you? Welcome home.
Morning.
Welcome home.
Nope, nope, greetings from Chicago. I'm still here,
Okay.
leaving this afternoon. But I had to get on and just say good morning to everyone. And that was beautiful, Reverend Barbara. Oh my goodness. It's just like what you said, that's a good reminder for all of us.
Mhm.
To definitely remember our self-care, remember to us, return to self. And it's okay. It's fine, because we do have a lot of programming about that. I know for myself, I can speak for myself. I've had that in the past. So it's really important to remember that. So thank you for sharing. Very heartfelt, beautiful. Bravo. Well done.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I'll share now. Hello, everyone. Oh my gosh, Barbara, that was so remarkable and profound. And I was so swept away. I got very emotional. I almost just started crying. It was so emotional for me because I suddenly felt that you were me, I was you, like that your words were actually coming out of my heart and soul, or that I wanted it to be. Because you touched so much that all of us here on this call, and probably a lot of humans are, have gone through or going through. And you just said it so eloquently, like, it's just like poet, like you were channeling. It was just so beautiful. And yeah, and also I had this strange, like, what I was sort of thinking about is almost as if I was a child, or when we are children, how is it that, we as humanity or humans, bring up our young without having that self-care, without like really saying self-love, that you are, take care of yourself first. But, because I just sort of saw myself as a young person, almost like just looking out at the world and like that we have to love this person and take care of this and do that. But then what is this? What are we? What is this, precious thing that we are, that we separate from? So it was just really, and everyone else has spoken very, everything, everyone else has said is just exactly how I'm feeling about your words. And then I just had to jot down a couple of things you said that were just so much of what you said I loved. I can't wait to see it in front of me and read it. But just like when you said marriage between forgiveness and enlightenment, I don't know, that was just such a beautiful little saying that's like, to think about just that, just to meditate on that. And then, of course, through self-love, you can become the best that you are, the best, your highest self, so that you can not only benefit and assist your own being, but everyone else. But yes. And yes, there's no selfishness in taking care of oneself. I have learned that. But yeah, it was so beautiful. Thank you, Barbara.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're so welcome. It really is a sacred responsibility because we are divine. We're both human and divine. We got to take care of both. And because we are divine, we have to see ourselves as divine and treat ourselves as divine. And that's a sacred undertaking. That's beautifully. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lee, whenever you speak, I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Like it's she
Right.
But I think we follow each other. It's like, oh yes, exactly what Leticia said, or Lon, yeah.
No, but you put it in much nicer words than I can put it in. Sometimes I'm very simple in my words, and you say it so eloquently. So thank you for that share. And
Thank you for
Reverend
saying
Barbara, yeah, I love the way you speak. Like maybe I should go before you, and then you can sum it up for me. But Reverend Barbara, that was absolutely beautiful. And thank you for sharing that. And it's exactly, your essay was exactly what I'm coming to and what I've been learning these past few years. And wish I would have gotten it a lot younger, but we're here now and this is the moment. And just about self-love, like Lee said, we don't learn that, and we're not taught that. And I very much grew up taking care of others and was basically a caretaker my whole life. I took care of my father while he was dying of cancer. I took care of my grandmother while she was dying of cancer. I was always like a full-time caretaker as jobs within my life. And then when I went through it with RD and became another I swore I would never do it again. And I'm doing it again for a career. And through the journey with RD, I learned exactly what your essay said. And I lost my health through caring for RD because I just did not I put him first. And I put my whole life, I've put others first, which in another way is self-centered or selfish by it's also feeding something within you that you're helping and taking care of others. And I realize now that that's not the way to go, and that we do need to self-love and do need to take care of ourselves first, so we have the health and the energy to take care of others. And we can still do that and have time to take care of others. And I really learned, your essay just really summed up for me what I've gone through my whole life and what the conclusion I'm coming to. And these are the first couple of years through the pandemic that I'm learning to take care of myself first. And so I've even I sometimes I don't even know what he's doing, and I've gone all the way to the other end and not even helping him enough. So now we're finding that balance of where does he need help? Where does he want help? And not me being the mother or the caretaker or the nurse or the
Caregiver.
My grandmother used to call me the Gestapo because I would be making her, telling her she had to take this medicine, then she has to eat. And then, she's like, just leave me alone. You're like the Gestapo, and it's kind of like when you become a caretaker, that kind of happens because you're trying to get them to do everything they need to do to survive or to live. So it's finding that balance. And through your essay, it brought up so much for me of where I am in my life, and that's what I am learning, and it's so important. And thank you so much. It was a beautiful share.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're very welcome.
Beautiful essay.
Yeah, it's true. We can't take care of others unless we take care of ourselves first, because when we forget about us and take care of other people, we deplete ourselves. Absolutely deplete ourselves. The enlightenment, the word enlightenment that I use, it's a higher vibration word, and that's why I like to use it, not only because of that reason, because when I look at a lot of challenges in my life, and I'll call them darkness, out of all that darkness comes light. And rather than say that I'm learning my lessons, that's low vibration, that's work, and that's low vibration. So I'd rather say that out of all of those challenging experiences that I had, light came out of that helped me to grow. And so I call them all enlightening experiences. And that's how I choose to see them.
Beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. Anybody else would like to respond? Yes, Johan, yes.
So what can I say after all these eloquent answers? Thank you, Barbara. You touched me deeply, and self-love is really the hardest thing. Also for me, I grew up as you all are in taking care for others and don't appreciate your own needs. So I'm looking very forward to read your essay again and again, because it's such a good reminder also for me. And I think you spoke from all our hearts, because yeah, as the answers say, that we all think it's great, and thank you for the effort you took for this essay, and thank you so much. I love you.
I love you too. I love you so much. Yeah, I think I edited at least 4 or 5 times, but it was fun. You're welcome. I love you. I love you all so much. Anyone else?
Well, Barbara, I'll go. Well, Nancy, go ahead. You were gonna.
Okay, I was just unmuting. Reverend
Nancy.
Bob, you could read the phone book and it would be beautiful. I think your next career should be reading books on tape. The inflection, the tone of your voice. I think everybody here in the Bells group is an enabler. We all have that personality trait. We enable people to talk about what they need to talk about. We enable them to have a safe space to do whatever, good, bad, and different to talk about. So we're all enablers. And what stuck with me about your essay was knowing when and where to put up the stop sign. Because that's important. Yeah. We have to not be buried by the traffic, by the good deeds, and sometimes you just can't keep up. So knowing where and when to put up that stop sign is good advice. You can still be an enabler. That job is needed, it's necessary, but it doesn't have to be 24 hours a day, 360 a year. So yeah, that resonated with me. Yeah. I just loved your voice. Read anything. It's just good.
Thank you, Nancy. I love your blouse.
My fall colors, getting ready for the cool weather.
You're ready. You're getting ready. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. Tammy, yes.
Yeah, Nancy, I mean, everyone speaking again, like everyone said, is just, yeah, your voice. Yeah, I mean, you need to really put that out there beyond this group somehow. With your voice, I think would be wonderful. Okay. Because more than this little group needs to hear that. And I think we've all heard that in different ways during our lives. I know I found a little of Louise Hay in there, some affirmations. And interestingly enough, I love how the universe works. Just before I got on here, I did a tapping meditation for You Are Enough, it's called. And it's around self-worth. And like you said, there's triggers, what triggers us. And like Lee was saying, from when we were little, where are we taught these things? And then we continue that pattern through our lives, as you were saying. And like Nancy said, when do you say stop?
Mhm.
And it can, can be to, I guess, behaviors, whatever we're allowing in our lives that
Mhm.
that isn't true to ourselves,
Right.
like you were saying.
Exactly.
So that, and also like Lois said, we have a choice. We can, that was a minute ago.
Mhm.
We can choose. And my girlfriend, interesting, this will, I hope not take away, which it won't, from you at all. I was looking at the prayer flag this morning that I hung from Nancy, and I was thinking about Native Americans and their wisdom. And it was kind of rainy, and I thought, geez, it's been really rainy, but we need to embrace that because it's been so dry. And how they embrace
Everything.
everything is nature, like you said. And my girlfriend sent me this. It said, an old Cherokee told his grandson, my son, there is a battle between two wolves inside us all. One is evil. It is anger, jealousy, greed, resentment, inferiority, lies, and ego. The other is good. It's joy, peace, love, hope, humility, kindness, empathy, and truth. The boy thought about it and asked grandfather, which wolf wins? The old man quietly replied, the one you feed.
Mhm. That's it.
So with you bringing us back to feeding ourselves and our souls and taking care of ourselves, it's so important for us to do that. And I agree with, Nancy too, like there are times that people need us, I think others had said that too, but well, Heather, I mean, obviously, but then I've seen you get depleted, I've seen myself get depleted. We've all been there. And I think we feel like everyone said, we can give more of ourselves and be better in this world when we take care of ourselves. And I'm just blown away. I knew I would be blown away, but I didn't know how much I'd be blown away. So thank you. I feel like I went to church and I really needed it. I do. It was just so beautiful and eloquent. And like Nancy said, that voice needs to be heard by more than this group right here. And we're very, very, very fortunate to have you. Love you so much. We are really.
I love you too. I love you too. Thank you. I have some things on SoundCloud. Maybe I'll share them out more instead of leaving them where they are.
In the cloud.
In the cloud. Yeah. See, I got to bring them out of the cloud. Thank you. So isn't that beautiful, the bells? As we give, we get. That's just so beautiful with the bells. It absolutely, absolutely is. It really, really is. And you've all said things that it's a wonderful reminder that I wanted to put in the essay, but I didn't want to make it too long. We can go on and on about self-care and self-love because of the programming. And what's a part of that programming is a lot of times we want to say no, but we say yes because we feel guilty. We don't really want to feel bad that we said no. But there's so many ways of saying no without even having to make up a story. You can be honest. We can speak from our heart and just be honest and speak our truth about. But the other thing about it is that we're adults. If you say no, why do you have to say why you're saying no? We're adults. We're not little kids. We don't have to justify our no. But again, it's a part of the programming. And we have to transcend that programming so we can truly be our authentic selves, even in situations like that. Yeah, on some level, we are enablers because we are loving, we are generous, we are kind and compassionate, and we want to help. But people see that and they want to take advantage of that. And so, yeah, it's good to have those stop signs and put them up when we need to put them up. Send love. I mean, we don't want to be angry at people, but we have to love ourselves and say yes to ourselves more often. More, or like Heather and everybody's saying, yeah, if you don't take care of number one, you can't take care of all the rest. You're taking care of all the rest, number one just disappears. Right.
You know, and
Yes.
like you said, saying no, you don't have to explain yourself. I mean, in certain situations with certain people too, I find that it's just, for me, I say something like, that just won't, you know, that won't work for me, or, you know, it's whatever it is, you know, I
Right.
don't have to give an explanation, and I just end it. You know, that doesn't work for me right now, or, you know, whatever it is. And instead of just saying no, because when you say no, then they're like, why?
Mhm.
And, you know, then you know, you start to get ruffled. Like, I
Mhm.
don't need to tell you why. You know,
Mhm.
I just
Yeah.
don't. But, you
Right.
know, if, you know, that's not a good time for me, or, you know, you don't have to give an explanation why. You know, maybe I'm, you know, picking my nose at that time. Who cares? You know, it's like, you don't have to give an explanation why.
That's right.
So I agree.
That's
You know,
right.
we don't have to do that.
That's right. Absolutely right. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely. Well, I was happy to do that for RD, and I'm glad everyone shared their thoughts and feelings about it, because that, I think that just lifted all of us up, enlightened all of us. And I think that they are affirmations for all of us that we can use and practice in all of our lives. RD, do you want to add something to that? Or
Yeah.
Heather,
I was just going to say really quick, I read somewhere, no is a full sentence.
with a
Like,
period
so
at the end.
we can
With a-
just say no, but why? I guess it's our upbringing or how we're raised, or we feel bad, or we feel like we have to make an excuse, or we feel like we have to give a reason. But I'm getting much better and just saying no, thank you, and don't need to give a reason, or don't need to say why. Maybe I just
Right.
don't, like Tammy said, maybe I'm picking my nose, you know, whatever the
Yeah.
reason. You don't have to have a reason. Like Barbara said, we're adults and can just say no.
That's it. Absolutely.
I love that. Thank you.
Mhm.
Really quick too, I thought it was interesting when Nancy was speaking, because you know, every word or everything can be seen as a positive or a negative, and I've always looked at the word enabler as a negative, and she was using it in a positive way, as
Mhm.
it was a positive thing, and I just,
Right.
it really made me think, oh, you can see any word as a positive or a negative. I
Right.
like that.
Right. I did too. I caught that too. At first, I was reacting to it, and then she explained it. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It's all about perception.
Right.
Yeah, it really is.
It's all about perception. It's
Mhm.
all about the choice of words and the intention of the words that you choose. So for me, that's what I truly appreciate listening to you, was the choice of words of, you know, talk about, as Letitia was saying, you know, elevating our souls and our spirits. And we tend to kind of go on the negative, but we also have to make a choice to focus on the positive. But of course, it's finding that balance. You don't want to be positive all the time. You don't want to be negative all the time. You want to find that balance. But at the same time, you really want to love yourself and be at peace, and, you know, and know that you have, you know, that you're sharing your authentic self. So for me, you know, I really, and for me, I don't know, it just felt like a cycle coming back of this I believe. And I have to admit, I forgot about asking each person to write this I believe.
Oh, wow.
So, I, you know, yes, that was a while ago. And, but it's kind of nice to see it from that perspective. Like, you know, when the writing flows, it flows. It doesn't necessarily have to be within the week or within the year. It'll come to us, you know, when
Mm.
the appropriate time is. And this
Mm.
was the time of being here with all of you and just listening to your beautiful words. And I appreciate that very much.
You're welcome. I just would like to say that there is nothing outside of ourselves that is greater than what is inside of us. And we are the boss of us. We are our own guru. We are our own guru. We really are. We just have to see ourselves that way.
Yes.
Thank you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Auntie. Happy birthday.
Thank you. This is such a beautiful gift. Such a beautiful gift.
Mm.
Well, it's a gift for everyone. It's not just for me, it's a gift for everyone. And I think that's what the bells is about. And actually, in a way, that was part of the party. It was, you know, everybody had gifts for each other. And that was the beauty of the party. And that's what I really, truly enjoyed, you know, the festivities and the food and the company, but it was really giving of each other. And that was the beauty. And Nancy had this beautiful sacred space that we could really feel safe in the sacred space, in a beautiful natural space. And actually, I'm going to send some pictures that I took along the way in her garden and share some of the little points that I saw. So I'll do that at another time. But anyway, any other thoughts that people would like to share before we do a nice little quiet time together?
Oh, go ahead, Jochen.
Yeah, I wanted to thank all of you who sent some pictures and gave me the feeling to be with you, and I was with you, and thank you so much for the beautiful pictures. Thank you.
You were with us, definitely with us, Johan, definitely with us.
And I like the way, Barbara, you said the other day that we lifted our vibration just to a higher level where there was no room for COVID or for any worry or for any, like, I loved how you said that because that's truly how it felt. I felt totally free and didn't think about it and didn't worry about it. And I really think you put it nicely when you said that we're at the higher vibration and there was no room for anything else to come in, or the people didn't or didn't come that weren't supposed to be there. So I love that you said that. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Absolutely.
And Nancy had also said that COVID wasn't invited to her party.
That's so true. And it was palpable. You could feel it. And I just wanted to add, I think, Jochen, you had voiced before that, you know, this group is where we can say safe things because we don't always have like-minded people around us. And I felt so at home with everyone there and safe, and came home going, oh my gosh, I need to continue this. And search out people. You know, I have a few in my community, but I felt I'm not expressing it well, but I just wanted to continue that and just place my physical self with more like-minded people. However I do that, taking classes, you know, again, whatever I'm doing, you know, in volunteering or what, just keep it in that vibration because it was beautiful. Perfect word, the vibration.
And I think Lee said, it felt like walking into a Harry Potter world. Literally walking through the arches of the beautiful garden, and we were literally transported into time and space, into a whole nother dimension and a whole nother world. And it was, you know, and this is our beautiful Bells family. You know, I feel as though there's no judgment. We can just be ourselves, literally feeling to be ourselves and just enjoying, you know, just to you know, just to be.
Mhm.
And you know, in the present moment, literally being in the present moment. And
Mm.
actually, I did kind of notice, yes, we did take some pictures, but you know, we weren't all there. We were truly being in the experience. It wasn't about taking pictures of the experience. It was really being in the experience. So I think to me, I think that said volumes about, you know, about the celebration of being together. And it was a landmark. It was a landmark on many levels. It really was.
Mhm.
I think Rita made it put it really nice when she said it fed our souls.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Someone
Mhm.
asked about the food. I was like, it wasn't about the food. And usually I'm a foodie and it's about the food. I was like, I couldn't
Mm.
figure it out. When she said that, I was like, that's it. It fed my soul.
Mhm. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Unforgettable. Mm.
So, shall we do a nice little meditation together? How about that?
I have to run, but
Oh.
also I'm so happy and beyond grateful to be on today and hear that, Barbara. I love you. I love you all. Also, I'm
Yeah.
gonna be sending out, I'm gonna send a few photos I took as well, and you know, within the next day as well. So, and I didn't take that many either, as RD
I
just
didn't either.
explained. You know, it's like you know, I took some early on and then that was it. So but it'll give you a, and also Johan, you are in one of the photos because you were
Mm.
on Zoom. I somehow got you and D on the phone as RD's holding it. So I'll send those through. It's very funny and cute.
Great. Thank you.
Thank
Mm.
you.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy
Happy
Tuesday. Love you.
Love
Tuesday.
you all.
Love you.
Lana has to go.
And Lana, you have to go too.
Oh,
Thank you for being here.
mm. Love you, Lana.
So we'll just do a nice meditation together, and Barbara, Frank, I would like for you to close our time together. You open, it's nice to kind of close. How about that?
Okay. Okay.
So let's just be and relax. Have our feet flat on the floor, and just imagine. Imagine that we're at the beach or in the garden, surrounded by the beautiful evergreen trees, the mountains, the purple chi of the bells, and just breathe gently, breathing in and breathing out, and relax. And just relax our entire being. Open our hearts. It's the power of the heart, the power of our love, just filled with gratitude, filled with chi of courage and strength and resilience. Imagine that we are like the beautiful flowers, just open, welcoming the chi of the sun, the moon, the stars, and the rain. Just filling, nurturing our souls and our spirit. And let's imagine this beautiful golden light of energy coming from the universe and also coming from Mother Earth, connecting heaven, humanity, and earth. And let's just take this time and just be being together, welcoming the gentle breezes, the breezes of love. And joy and peace. Breathe. So let's all gently, gently come gather together and just visualize ourselves sitting in this beautiful dragon boat, just floating, meandering along the waters of life, and the Bells families all together, joined in our hearts. And let's just listen. Let's just listen to the chants, to the song of the heart. And Barbara, could you unmute, and it'd be so beautiful to close.
Oh. Marty is love. Oh, Marty is love. Oh, Marty is life. Oh, Marty is life. Oh, my little rhyme, see, do, 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 do. Tiso baila no le Nero le mesida da durila in marum. Me so baila y to bailarium. Mi uduli di duli Ulo imberidium. Ande berundere surai balirum. Dio bailori. Umende dai lori ora tu bailari. Dido bai saru polori ora doreli bodoli. Mi yada diam. Mandi tutalvi. Mai daliro bailari olu. Lo siori. We are joy. We are peace. We are one. We are one. Esotian Paralupa, Esatotia Bongo Talale Solomo, Esanitir Coalele Solobo, Esocoalele Nundidu, Melosito de Belicoli Badio Solo Baila, Erantir Calalisarato, Parite la Lezuru Pala Chiasara Carioto, Mese che tiraro, tiraro, Merari Telesi. And so it is. And let it be so, that we all understand that we are all one in love, in light. And so it is. The one. And so it is.
Thank you so much, Barbara. Thank you for all of you for being here. This is a continuation of the celebration of being together as the Bells family. Happy Tuesday. And maybe gently rub your palms together. And then you can caress your face. I'm going to turn off this recording here.